Hello and welcome to Rank Class. This episode is a follow-up to my episode called Social Conduct when receiving not safe for work pictures online. So in that episode, I'm talking a bit about when you're sending nude pictures of yourself to another person. And I want to go a bit more in depth of what happens when people use that against you as revenge porn. It is something that happens every day, and it's something that I really don't hope happen for anyone because it can have dire consequences. Um, and the people who are sending them out on the internet and get caught doing it can go to jail, can get a fine. But that is something there is on the light end on the scale versus what they actually are doing. Because in some way, the blow they have dealt to the person they revenge porned is so hard. If you get revenge porned, you have to ask for help from the police or something like that, um, and get some help. But the problem is there's consequences. A lot of people who have been revenge porned have lost their jobs because maybe they were in office or something, and then the people who posted it made sure that your colleagues saw it and then you had to quit because your boss was like, well, we can't have that happen. And the worst of it is people who have gotten revenge porn actually end up with anxiety and depression and lost the will to live, so to say, because it's such a massive breach on your life that something you did out of love and trust to another person is used as a weapon against you. And it's not something to be taken lightly. There is a lot of young girls who actually end up harming themselves over this. And it's something that made me actually do the other episode I did because I wanted to try and reach all the people who are sending nudes out there and making them realize that they really have to trust the person that they're sending to. They really, really have to be sure what they're sending and to make sure that they are of age and all that. Because if you send something to another person, then you don't never know what that person will do it. Maybe the person will just store it and look at it from time to time, and that's it. And if you ever break up, the person will be like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna delete this now because we're no longer a couple." But some men out there have been some who has traded pictures online for other revenge porn pictures, and some has even made money with it. And it is crazy. And sometimes you just sit there and kind of lose faith in humanity because we are so cruel to each other. And it is really, really cruel to do this to another person because you're taking their life away from them. Some might put a brave face on and say, "Oh, I don't care if anyone saw me nude," stuff like that. But a lot of people will be hurt by it. And not just the person that you revenge porn, their family too. Because imagine having kids growing up and finding those pictures online. That is something a lot of moms are thinking about. Imagine what will happen when your friends and family find out about it. It can change the way you look at people when you see them nude because you have now seen them in a social way that you're not supposed to. Because you're not supposed to see everyone naked, even though a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I wish I could see that person naked." But that's not up to us, it's up to that person. Because even though we have walked around nude a long time ago, we no longer do that. And our body and our nudity is something we are giving to another person that we trust and love. So for them to actually go around and backstabbing you, That is insane. I could not imagine that happened to me or someone I care about because I don't know what to do. I will be devastated if that happened. I know that I have to contact some police or something like that to help me get rid of the pictures. But as soon as it's online, as soon as it's out there, people will copy it. People will go like, "Oh, that's a good picture. I will keep that." And then it's a never-ending circle. It's almost impossible to get rid of unless you basically get a person going in on every PC and every piece of the internet and trying to scrub them out. And that is not feasible. So I really do hope that someone thinks about this before doing revenge porn because it is really the worst thing you can do. And it really, really hurts the person who is affected by it. And it's a life altering experience and it's a life destroying experience. So I really, really do hope that this small bit paired together with the other episode I made will make you even more reflective over who you're sending your pictures to. And if you are a person who have received the pictures, that you really, really consider not doing revenge porn because it really is a nasty, nasty thing to do. And I really do hope that if someone sent revenge porn and go to jail, that they're locked up for a long, long time because there's nothing that can make up for the revenge porn victims' anxiety and stress, depression, suicide, self-harming, losing a job, losing family, losing friends. So I hope you found this enlightening and that you will take what I said to heart and think about it. This is the Drag Class. Have a good day.